Okay. And let's see, there's benefits to Tai Chi. Oftentimes it is perceived as a health benefit. Okay. So one of the things that Tai Chi does is slow the movement down. Okay. In other words, this is working way too fast and we're out there with that, but as you slow the movement down, you start to center. Okay. So we're just going to start with a simple motion of arms up and down. Yeah. One of the feelings that you get sometimes is you're sort of swimming or floating in air. Swimming or floating in air. And we're going to move back a little bit. So I have a full body image. Now we're going to include the rest of the body in that motion. So I'm going to bend the knees. So this is initially arms. And about here, the rest of the body. In that feeling of sort of floating or swimming in air. Okay, good. Okay, and so the whole exercise is a type of meditation and motion. And so, I don't know if somebody were here last week, but what we can do is just go through a section of what we call a form. In this case, we do a 30 movement form. So and if you're new, go with the flow. As opposed to I've got to learn everything precisely right now. You can concentrate so much on the details that you kind of lose the spirit of the actual process. Okay? So I'm going to you be facing this direction, I'll be facing that direction. Okay? So start with that initial motion. I'm going to turn out the right foot and the knees, hold the ball with the left foot. Take a step with your left. This is called board off. And take a step with your right. Turn your left toe, and this is push upward. This is called pull back. This is called press forward. And push. So that in sequence is the beginnings of a form or a set. Okay, don't worry about, this is an intro. Try to get into that sense where we're slowing down. Breathing a little more fully and more deeply, not so much up here, but and so you breathe in, out, now turn the right foot out, shift the weight to the right, holding the ball. The left foot steps, heel toe. This is called ward off left. Right hand holds the ball, keep the weight on the left. Step. Right toe turns in a little bit because if I leave it there, the whole left side can. So I turn the toe in. Now here we're going to lower the left hand, reverse the palm, it's called pull back. And next motion, it's called press forward. And push. We're going to repeat that a couple of times. And if you decide to learn the movements, we'll be a bit more specific with them. But for now, try to get that feeling where you're swimming or floating in air. Okay? So let's try it again. and push. Okay. And a couple of other things. There's an expression, look with soft eyes. So if you put your hand here, staring at my hand, soft eyes is where you focus on the hand, but you see pretty much the rest of the room. And as you do that, it creates a more meditative state in the motion. And what I tell my students sometimes is another thing you can do. Breathe through your eyes. That may resonate with you a little differently. That also, for me, promotes a soft eye state. Okay, so let's go again. And movement slow and even. Breathing deepen without forcing it. Okay. So that's the beginnings of what we call a 30 movement short form. Okay. So as I start to do that, notice my shoulders relax, my chest relax, my breathing becomes easier, fuller, more natural. My teacher, Master Sifu, Master Choi Kangman, he used to refer to this as Dantian breathing, or leading to your lower abdominal area. Or you would say breathe like a baby. As you get older, our attention goes out, breathing gets higher. But a baby breathes all the way to here. That combined with that, slowing the movements down, that feeling you're floating or swimming in air, promotes a state of relaxation in motion or meditation in motion. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of go on and do a couple other of the movements in sequence. Again, don't worry, it's an introduction. Try to get the actual feel of the movements. The floating or swimming in air. The looking at things with soft eyes or breathing through the eyes. Okay. And make sure that back foot, left foot toe turns in. And turn the right foot in a bit. Now what we're going to do is hold the ball with the left hand. Turn the left toe forward. This is the cross step. So shift the weight there. Turn the palm out, right, left side, push down to the right. Right foot steps. Keep the weight on the right. The weight stays back. Right fist under left elbow. Open the palm. Step back with the left foot. It's called pulse monkey. Keep the weight on the left, right. Hand holds the ball underneath. Step with the right. Make sure the left toe turns in. It's called slanting climb. So we're just sort of giving you kind of a journey, a sightseeing tour through the form. Okay? So let's go again. So we'll start out with the first part. Yeah. Now, shift the weight back to the left, turn the right toe in slightly, shift the weight to the right. Hold the ball, left hand underneath. Left toe faces that direction, put the foot down. This is movements called fist under elbow. And from here, keep the weight back on the right. Raise the right knee, step back, toe to the left. Pulse the monkey. And slanting. Okay. And again, let's just kind of call it tour through the movements. As you decide to go on, we do have an online video course. If you're interested in that, and the person that brought you in tonight, just contact them and they'll show you, explain how to contact me, and we can go over that. For example, one of the things is that as you start to go into Tai Chi, if you kind of do it, you go into in a positive sense, you go into what you might call an alternate reality, an everyday reality. It's up here, out there. It's kind of stressful. But as you start to do the movements, it's almost like by getting to that super relaxed state, your focus improves. There is a feeling of calm. It's real difficult sometimes if you're under stress or everyday life to kind of we get a little better with a little bit, but the actual Tai Chi kind of introduces you to another realm. And what you find is you're, by relaxing, slowing down your thoughts, deepening your breathing, is that I won't say you reduce the stress level, it's just that all of a sudden you're promoting kind of a healthier, more vibrant level of yourself. Okay? And so when I do the movements, now I spent the whole day in a hospital, and actually it's in a cancer ward. And it's a pretty trying day. But what I would try to do is focus on my breathing. Try to get to that place of inner calm. Because sometimes the reality is where you are. But you can transform that. And so the Tai Chi is a tool to be able to, in the midst of maybe stuff that's not good at all, like a trip to the cancer ward just because my partner is battling cancer, so I took her there for a chemo treatment. But spending 8 hours of your day there is not fun. And you can get into a horrible battle with yourself interiorly, or you can start to shift into more, sitting. You have a chance to focus your breathing. You can't really get up and start doing a Tai Chi form, but a lot of what you practice over a period of time interiorizes, so you can, in an unpleasant environment, find some calm and peace. Okay, and today was an extreme. But, it can be refreshing. To slow down, get into what we call more that Tai Chi dimension, the Tai Chi space. And even though the Tai Chi movement is done very slowly, most of the time our thinking moves faster and faster, creates more stress. Stress creates changes in our body, blood sugar. You can, flood your body with adrenaline. Those things affect you. And you're moving more towards a healthy space. In fact, the less I think, the better I think. Okay, let's do a couple more moves. Again, just focus more on the space. If you're going to learn the form, then you focus on the details, because what happens is you might have a great experience here. What do? You may sort of remember what we're doing. So, there's a set of movements. It's almost like doing a series of yoga postures. And if, you do them in a certain sequence and you notice some real good changes, you might stick with that sequence. Okay? And the Tai Chi is the same way. But let's go back. So we'll start. This is called the commencement. This first motion is called ward off, left side. This is called push upward. This is called pull back. Press forward. And push. Now, the next one is called fist under elbow. And keeping the weight back on the right, the left foot steps. This is called repulse monkey. Slanting flying, go a couple more. Weight back on the left, keep the weight on the left, put the heel of the right foot down. This is raised hands. This is called stork spreads its wings. Left brush lead and twist it. Okay. And again, one of the things about learning the movements, you learn the names, but things like stork spreads its wings. The names have a sort of poetic sense to them, some of them. So let's go again. This. This is called repulse the monkey, right side. Slanting flying. This is raised hands. Stork spreads its wings. Brush knee and twist step left side. Okay. And check the body. My body feels freer, looser. If I check my mind, it's calmer. My attention is wider, but capable of focusing on details without being pulled out of myself. And again, today, not what you can do, sit in a chair, well, your partner's getting chemo. But you can practice your Tai Chi breathing. And you can scan the room a couple of times with soft eyes. Relax. You find yourself settle, calm. Try to get into that Tai Chi space, and you find oftentimes you can't make what's out there better sometimes. Okay. But you can learn to transform your experience by transforming yourself. And that's really something that, if you decide to do the Tai Chi course, what happens is that you have a daily practice, and then you get the ability, if you're stuck in a hospital, you can invoke a lot of the Tai Chi with your breathing, with just checking your vision, checking your posture. And in doing that, you transform the situation. Okay. In other words, when I'm in that Tai Chi space, I'm not thinking about all the negatives of being in the cancer ward. I'm focusing a little bit more on my ability to be calm. And so I have a bit more to offer if I'm needed to assist here or whatever. So there are benefits that extend to people around you, in addition to benefits that you feel for yourself. Okay? And let's see. So slowing things down, being very easy with yourself in the movement. Tai Chi is also exercise, but ideally then it's exercise without strength. And there's a constant shifting of weight. So we do actually, right from the beginning, we lower our center. And as I'm going here, there's a stretching in that back leg. Now there's a stretching. What was the front foot becomes the back foot. And I'm constantly shifting the weight forward, back, forward. Okay. So I'm not really dropping the weight and holding it there on one foot or the others. An easy shifting from left to right, right to left, front to back, back to front, which promotes a flow of what's called the Qi in Chinese. It's sort of life force. And many of the Tai Chi movements, there's a called the central meridian. They really follow the, some of the Chinese medicine charts. A lot of the movements here, gallbladder meridian. Okay. So Tai Chi can be very good for health. Okay. Not just a stress reducer, but a health promoter. Okay. Let's go one more time together. Follow as best you can, but try to get more into the spirit of it as opposed to, you can learn all the details and stress yourself out during Tai Chi. Or you can relax, open, let the details come into you. Okay. So. Yeah. And a couple more. Okay. So that kind of takes us to the 7:30 spot. So those of you that just tuned in, we're going to switch. We do meet on Thursdays with the Tai Chi group. So we're going to actually switch to what we call the club meeting. We meet as a club every Thursday at 7:30. Let me just check. Okay. So those of you that tuned in, thank you very much. And we're going to switch to the group meeting.